What's going on? What's going on, Facebook family, YouTube family? I know you're going to see this too as well. Welcome to Whatever It Takes Wednesday. This is episode number 24. I'm doing a solo here today. I've got four amazing guests for the next 4 weeks. All really good at the topic that I'm talking about today too. So I definitely want to recommend them ahead of time here. 3 wonderful ladies, and also my friend Jermaine Steele, so he'll be on there as well. So, but anyway, I'm going to touch and give some tips here. I got seven tips, on what it takes to become a coach, and what it takes to also sell information products. And the reason why I decided to talk about this is, the number one tip to start out with is to only teach in something that you know about. Basically like I'm doing right now. And if you don't know about it, don't do it. Don't do it. Only teach in what you know about. And the way that I got started into coaching and selling information products is I actually, sold in the e-commerce space for 3 years straight, and I also had 2 years prior to that, so I had 5 years experience before I started doing it. And that was in July of last year that I started doing it. I started selling coaching on how to make money on Amazon. That was July of last year. And I had a lot of, which is going to lead me into some of these other tips. But when I first got into it, I had like lots of low-hanging fruit, they call them, right? Like people that were already kind of watching what you're doing, people that are ready to roll as soon as you started what you're doing. Before you even had to get into the marketing and all that side. So that's how I got into that space. Like I said, 11 months ago. The second tip that I want to give is, get a coach first. Get a coach first, and continue to get coaches. AKA mentors, right? Because the best teachers are the best students. And vice versa. And if you're not willing to continue to grow, you're not going to be able to help other people grow, right? How can you help other people grow if you're not continuing to grow? And it also reminds me of this other guy that got started selling like information products too, just like me, selling products on Amazon and eBay, like information products, and then he just said, "Oh, I'm making more money doing that, so now I'm not going to sell anymore." So basically, deciding not to continue to grow. So, if you have a coach that's not staying updated, if your coach isn't updated, with what's going on in a specific field, then they're not able to coach you, the best way, right? Because they don't have real experience. They don't have real experience with the new things that are changing. Because in business, sports, everything, things are changing all the time. There's new rules, new people in the game, and things like that. So that tip goes right along with get a coach and continue to learn, and also be a practitioner, of what you're doing. So here's another fine tip. This is a tip that a lot of people don't want to do. They don't want to do when they're first getting started. But here's the thing: if nobody knows what you're doing, how can you make people know what you're doing, right? So one tip is to be willing to give away lots of information for free. You got to be willing to give lots of information away for free, like the whole Gary Vaynerchuk says, right? He says like jab, 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 right hook. He's talking about giving value, and then kind of going for the sale, right? So you got to be willing to adopt that philosophy of just giving value all the time, So that's tip number 3, is to give lots of value, be willing to give lots of information away for free. If you do that, you'll attract lots of business, and it's like I like what Gary Vaynerchuk says too. He also says it's like you end up guilting people into buying from you because they already got so much value from you. It's like almost like they've already gotten what they paid for before they even bought it, right? So that's how your clients should feel. They should feel like they're getting what they should feel like they've already gotten enough value from you for the price that you're asking for, basically. So that's tip number 3. Tip number 4, is give your social media channel some love. I took some notes here for the fun of it, just to make it like something structured for you guys, something you get some takeaways and all that. And I'll put them below this too. But number 4 is to give all your social media channels love. Give all your social media channels love, because when when you're coaching or selling anything, the thing is, and the truth of the matter is you're selling at all times, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. You're selling all the time because you're basically, it's your brand. People don't buy companies, products, or services. People buy people, and they're ultimately buying you. You know what I'm saying? So you want to make sure that you're giving all your social media channels love, and sharing value, which ties into the value thing. Making sure that you're giving value. So tip number 5 I'm going to do here is don't keep your business a secret. So don't get in the habit of this only value, right? You don't want to be in the habit of just only giving value, and never going for the punch, never going for the shebang, right? You want to make sure that you don't keep your business a secret. I heard my friend Franco, he was on here, he was on the Hangout. I heard it from him. I think he heard it from someone else. He said one of the number one secrets in business is to not have your business be a secret. You know what I mean? So you have to put yourself out there. You know what I mean? So that's a tip. Don't keep your business a secret, and have courage and be willing to put yourself out there. Because if you don't do that, nobody's going to know you have a business. Nobody's going to know you're a coach. Nobody's going to know you have valuable information to sell, right? So those things are all really important. Here's tip number 6. Tip number 6 is make sure that you're being a coach or selling information for the right reason, not just for the money. And I'll just tell you guys a little bit about me. I was like a top producer in like network marketing, and involved in all kinds of other things, that made me feel pretty good about myself. But when I ended up just getting very serious about e-commerce and having these stores, I lacked fulfillment. So just having these stores ran successfully, I lacked fulfillment. You can make a lot of money, but if you're not being a part of something that's bigger than you, it's you end up lacking fulfillment. So because I was like that, I was like, I want to feel fulfilled. Like I want to give back and get paid for giving back. You know what I mean? So make it worth my time, but also so that I can feel good about myself. That I'm helping other people out. Right? I'm being a part of something that's bigger than me. So so tip number 6. Tip number 6 is to ask yourself why you're doing it, and get beneath the money. Make sure that the money part works too, but get beneath it and figure out exactly why you would want to do coaching, exactly why you would want to, sell information and things like that. And the answers might be the same as mine. They might be a fulfillment thing, just feeling fulfilled, like you're being a part of something that's bigger than you. For me, that's like something I always have to feel like I'm being a part of something that's bigger than myself, right? So that's a big one for me. So, and then number 7 here, in my tips of the evening here is a really important one. It's a really important one. It's like I was sharing a really valuable tool with somebody the other day, and they were like, I don't know if I'd want to buy that tool, not realizing that they're going to make 10, 30 times more money than the value of the tool. But I was like, you could start a landscaping business and borrow your friend's truck too if you want. Yeah, it's up to you how you want to run your business. You know what I mean? I started a landscaping business with a lawnmower. I took out the trash. So I ain't got nothing against using tools that aren't that good while you're trying to figure things out. But if I had to do it over again, I would figure out the fastest way to get the right tools and just work hard and work through it. And I would know that I would make 10, 20, 30 times more money, doing it with the right tools. So number 7 is to make sure you get the right tools. So number 7 also ties, I would also, if I could, if I were you, I would do my best to see how I can tie in coaches with tools. So if you're able to get tools or be resourceful and get things from other people that are valuable to you, mentor-wise and things like that, it's good to buy from people that you can. I like to buy from people that are accessible to me, and buy from people that are that know about what I want to know about and what I want to learn about. So tying back in mentors and tools. If you need any tools or any other kind of resources, do your best to be sufficient and your networking ability to network and sell to your friends or people that are good in the things that you want to learn. Okay, so that's just like me with here's another like closing thought. So I went through these 7 tips. If you're catching this right now and at the end of it or whatever, I encourage you to go back and listen to the tips. I'll probably put a list of them below this video. But last thing, back to willing to do things for free, because I haven't been like known for being like in the marketing space. As like a good people do know I'm a good marketer, my friends especially, and I just for stats sake, I've sold like between 200 and 300 information products in the last 11 months. So that's I know some network marketers wish they could sell like that, right? but anyway, I could do better. I could do better than that. But anyway, so back to the whole like giving things away for free. I've actually been recently taking on coaching clients for people that want to build their own courses, want to come up with their own information products, and be a coach. I've actually been taking them on for free at the cost of the tools that they need, as my strategy to build myself up and build my brand, like for teaching people marketing, because I'm good at marketing. But I haven't really been known for teaching marketing in the last like year or couple years. I've been known for teaching e-commerce and how to sell on Amazon or eBay. So I'm willing to do things for cheaper, and people have a major opportunity there to hook up with somebody that's really good, that's not charging yet, because they're doing that. And I've taken on a couple friends and clients and helped them launch their courses like that. So it's been pretty cool. So anyway, that's my thoughts there. For how to be a coach, how to sell information products, and those were my seven tips for tonight. Hope you enjoyed my solo here for Whatever It Takes Wednesday, episode number 24. I want to encourage you to tune in the next 4 weeks. I already have 4 different entrepreneurs scheduled. All people that are in the top 1% of their space. 6-figure, multiple 6-figure, 7-figure earners in their space. So it should be really good. The next 3 are females, actually. I think it's my first female guest that are going to be on here. Over the next 3 weeks. So that's pretty cool. A little different. I'll be on there, being real humble. Like, what can I learn from these ladies? Because got men are from Mars, women from Venus, and all that stuff, right? I once read this book here, one book recommendation while I talked about that. I once read this book. It was so good. So good. It helped me understand women so much better. It was called Why Men Don't Listen and Women Can't Read Roadmaps. That's what the book was called. It was called Why Men Don't Listen and Women Can't Read Roadmaps. Something like that. I might have the words off a little bit, but I would Google that one. That's a pretty good one for guys and girls, because we're always like, not understanding each other all the time, right? So anyway, thanks for joining in here for Whatever It Takes Wednesday, episode number 24. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you guys on the next episodes. Bye for now.